Hi guys, it's Sarah Nissen from sarahnissen.com. I am coming today to you. I'm going to do a little bit shorter live. I like to talk a lot, so I'm going to try to keep it short. I wanted to talk about how I dealt with the pain of the tongue tie release that I had 2 days ago on Tuesday. Today is Thursday, and I am very natural. I don't like using pain medication, Western pain medication. So what I did was I planned ahead. I ate a good diet that would keep inflammation down. I will talk about that in another video. And I took homeopathy, and I used some techniques. Basically, I used faster EFT tapping, a little bit of tapping, and homeopathy. And the homeopathy, you know, I'm relatively new to homeopathy, but I believe in it. I bought myself a kit of like quite a few 200C remedies, which is I'll go into that in another video as well, but dilution rate. So it's a significantly strong and potent medication, if you will. You can call it a medication, but in Western standards, it isn't a medication. But anyway, so I used homeopathy, and the remedies that I used, I'm not going to go into great depths about what homeopathy is. If you are interested in that, please comment and let me know, and I will give you more information about that. But the remedies that I used, post, right before the procedure, the day before, Arnica 200. I also got Arnica 1M, which you have to get online. You can actually get Arnica 200 from health food stores, Whole Foods, anywhere. A good place to buy these is Vitacost.com, or actually Amazon has them. And I will post a link below to the different remedies that I have. I have different brands, but Arnica Montana. It's a standard one for bruising, for pain, for if you have sports injuries, sprain your ankle, having a tongue tie, any kind of surgery you're going to have. Arnica. So Arnica 200 I took the morning before the procedure and the night before the procedure, twice that day. And then I took it once in the morning of the procedure, and then once immediately before the procedure, and once immediately following the procedure, and then as needed after the procedure. I noticed the only time I needed the 1M, which is more potent than the 200, was about 2 hours after the procedure. The pain was pretty significant, and I was like, oh my God, give me like morphine, which I don't have in the house, and my husband uses normal, you know, Tylenol and Advil, and I'm like, oh my God, give me something. But I was like, you know what, I really don't want to take that right now. That's just my choice. I've taken that kind of stuff for years, and I'm now cleansing my body and healing it and trying things like this, hoping that they work. And the homeopathy did, I have to say. I was laying in bed, and my son was sitting next to me, and I took the Arnica 1M. I'm still trying to talk to him, but I'm laying down. You know, I had been crying because I had this emotional release, and after it was done, and about 5 minutes later, I'm like talking, and I'm like, it doesn't hurt as much. I'm like, oh, I took that Arnica, didn't I? So right afterward, Arnica 1M was really good. Another thing Arnica is good for is actually bleeding. It'll either help with bleeding if you need more bleeding, or like to cleanse a wound, you know, if you have a wound, like that's what bleeding is for. But if you have surgery, you don't want too much excessive bleeding. So in that case, it actually helps minimize the excessive bleeding. So Arnica. Another one, aconite. Aconite is called Aconitum napellus. I took aconite right after the procedure because aconite is for shock. And I actually had shock from the procedure, you know, to your body. It's shocking to have something change like that. And I also had my son there with me who was kind of stressing me out, so I took that. Hypericum is another one you can take. I also took that right afterwards. Hypericum perforatum 200. I would use 200 in this case because of the intensity of the pain. You could use 1M even, but you don't want to go there if you're new to homeopathy. I guess it can be, I don't know. I would stick with 200. 30C you can start with if it works for you, great. I started with 200 because I have a 200 kit, and so I had all the stuff in the 200 kit. It is for nerve pain. So the pain that I had immediately after was nerve pain because the nerve endings were, severed. As the healing has progressed, it's not exactly nerve pain now in the same way as if you, say, stubbed your toe or slammed your finger in the door. Those are the types of things you would definitely use Hypericum for. If you stub your toe and then the nail goes back, or or you slice your fingertip, Hypericum, definitely. Let's see, those 3. And then, oh, it's funny, I actually put my lip gloss in here as well because I would strongly recommend bringing a lip gloss that you like before the procedure and putting it on, because your lips are so, you're stretching them out, and then right afterwards you can't actually lick your lips because your tongue is like, weird feeling. So definitely bring lip gloss that you like. I'm into natural stuff. I don't use a lot of scents and stuff, so they had lip gloss at the dentist, but it was natural, but it had lots of, it was like pineapple something, and it didn't work with me. Another great one, another great remedy, Ignatia. Now, Ignatia is for before because it's for worry and anxiety. Also after, because I found that since having it cut, at times I felt very peaceful, very relaxed. My body is much more like everybody says in all these videos. I'm like, really? My range of motion is significantly more. I may have a pain that I had in the past. Like I had explained that I had my atlas, which is the topmost vertebrae, would constantly be rotated every time I've gone to the chiropractor. And I keep having to wipe my lips right here. I guess that's something to do with what's going on with my tongue. And it has been popping and cracking naturally as I walk along. Or I'll have this SI joint pain that I had, and I'm like, oh gosh, it's back. But then I get up and it pops. And I'm like, what? Awesome. Like that alone was worth it. And then I also, so I'm not going to go off on a tangent, but I also, just my body has been so flexible. I was able to do things like touch my toes and put my palms on the floor like some yogi, which I don't really do that much yoga, but I've been feeling like I want to use my body more and move it. And before it would hurt. And now I'm like, ooh, I want to move my body. I want to even just go for a walk because it feels better. So it's nice. I was doing karate kicks with my son. He's in karate. He has his blue belt test tonight. And I was trying to do a roundhouse kick, and he was impressed with how good I could do it. It was like more flexibility in my hips. So I'm like, maybe I'll go do some karate. So Ignatia, that was the last one. That really good for worry. If you have anxiety in general, it's great. So after the procedure, some of the stuff has sort of brought up some fear in me. Even like, oh God, I'm worried that it's reattaching. Everybody says, oh God, it's going to reattach or this and that. So, take a dose of Ignatia. It'll calm my mind. And then other times my mind feels much calmer than it did. But I did deal with anxiety. I still do. So Ignatia is a very good one. And lastly, Rescue Remedy. Rescue Remedy comes in different forms. You can get little sucky things. You can get pastilles. That's the same thing. You can get spray and drops, I think. And the spray works great. It is flower essences, sort of homeopathically prepared as well. Very good for stress, so it's good to have. I don't see that much result from it, but I did it anyway. I'm not sure if it helps, to be honest, but with the other ones, I feel a significant difference, like it's working. And my healing has done really well. I haven't had any swelling of my tongue. I haven't had any bruising, I mean, I had some feeling like bruising, but as soon as I take the Arnica, I do it right before my stretches, so I'm able to do the stretches better. It's a subtle medicine, but it really works well. So that is that. And if you have any questions about this, please let me know. I would love to put together like a little PDF or something to have all those remedies on there so people can just click and buy them from one place, because it really does help me. And I know a lot of people are concerned about taking pain medicines and things like that. So I'm on day 2, no pain medicine. It's actually, the pain today is different than yesterday's, not worse. It's like it's moved. So the tip of my tongue feels like slightly like it was burnt. But after I rub it a little bit, it kind of goes away. So that would be another one. A remedy for that one would actually be causticum, which is if you burn yourself, sort of a hot caustic, a hot burnt feeling. So I may try that one. So that's that. And I will come back tomorrow, let you know how it's going when I go do my stretches again right now, and then go to my son's karate test. All right, talk to you later. Bye.